What's going on, guys? I have a super fun and exciting video for you today. This has been like a project in the works for, I mean, in a way it's been months, but it's actually really come to become a reality in the last couple weeks as I've been meeting with the man, Joel Pilcher. You guys recognize this guy? Some of you guys might follow him on Instagram. He's a wildlife artist. I don't know if you guys have seen this piece, but he's working on that charcoal piece. And so we decided to get together, we had a meeting, and we decided we need to collaborate on something. So originally Joel helped us with the Fireball Mark logo. This one right here, actually. So he helped, yeah, this is the one that he did. He used a picture of my elk. It's like a picture of the mount in my living room, and he traced it and created this. Ever since then, I'm just like, we got to get together and collaborate on something. Like, I knew it would happen. It's just we finally had a meeting, you know, we had a business meeting.
Made it official.
Made it official. This is Joel Pilcher. For those of you who don't know him, he's a wildlife artist. Tell us what we're about to do.
I work in charcoal. That's my favorite medium. And something a little unique, I like to use white charcoal on black versus black on white. Most charcoal artists do. So if you follow my page, if you've seen my stuff, I do a ton of this white on black. And what we're going to do now, I really wanted to, with meeting with Eric, what we talked about, I really wanted to kind of bring the Fireball back to life. Take some references from his mount. I work a lot with Jason Loftus, who is a wildlife photographer.
Is this his image?
Yeah, so this is a reference image from Jason Loftus, Untamed Images. So I found this one, got a good angle of the Fireball antlers and matched it up, used some Photoshop work to put it together. I've got a lot of background in graphic design and Photoshop and digital programs like that. So I was able to kind of build this scene and bring the Fireball back to life. Now I'm going to use these reference images to recreate it in white charcoal on black artboard.
So this is the reference photo you worked on. It's just to help get you started, right?
Yeah, so you notice I actually use, when I get into if I'm doing smaller images, smaller drawings, I just freehand it. With these larger ones, in order to help keep the proportions accurate, I actually use a grid system. If you look close, you can see the little pinpoints I have for the dots to lay out the grid, and then I have it matched up here on this paper.
Sweet.
So that's where I'll start out. So I used to use, they sell black charcoal in a powder like this, which I love using to start a drawing. It gives a real soft. They don't sell it in white, so I had to make my own. So this is about all I got left of this one.
Oh wow!
I get a white charcoal stick, some sandpaper, and grind it down into
that fine powder.
White charcoal powder.
All right, guys. Before we get this project started, I want to tell you what the project is for. So one of the cool things that I like about Joel, he's always about giving back. So he wanted to collaborate, and we wanted to do that as well. Typically, he'll sell the original artwork piece for a lot of money. I won't name prices. You guys can go to his website if you want to check that out. But he said, let's do a Fireball one and then do a silent auction or an auction of some kind, and then donate that money. So that's the plan here. Is Joel is going to create the one-of-a-kind original. We don't know how exactly yet, but we're going to auction off the original piece, and then Joel will be selling reprints, right, on your website.
Right. Yep, reproductions of the original.
Which, you know, I think is cool because all you guys can go buy the reprints. Maybe not everyone will be able to afford what this is going to auction off for, but at least everybody can get a copy, myself included, and just get. It will be the same size.
Yeah, this one will be
cool.
Full size.
So yeah, you can get yourself a copy of it. But anyways, guys, we're excited. We don't know exactly who we're going to donate the funds to. It might be a charity, it might be a conservation group. We'll just have to wait and see. If you got any good ideas for us, put them in the description box below, and we'll definitely consider what you guys think. We're going to walk you guys through the beginning process of the Fireball charcoal drawing. We can't give away all the secrets, but we'll show you guys the beginning of it.
Gotta get my time lapse set up. So the first step I like to do is I like to block shapes in. And what I do for that is I use the charcoal powder that I made by grinding down the white charcoal piece. And then I have, this is a chamois, and it's actually designed specifically for artists and artwork. But what I've done is I've taken an elastic, put some rice inside of it, give it a little structure, wrapped elastic around it, and that just kind of gives me a a piece to work with, dip it in the white charcoal, and then go to it. And this part always, I don't know why, but this part always makes me nervous. It's in the beginning, so it's like, if I mess up, right, I can just start over. I don't have any time to mess it yet, but this is the challenging part, is getting the initial layout, the initial proportions and everything correct. But I try not to worry too much about the details here. Just kind of get the basic shapes laid in. Try to keep the proportions accurate. And it always takes a lot of reworking after the initial layout. And this is a hard thing to do for artists.
Just to get started, huh?
Well, no, to work on film.
Oh, on film, yeah.
Watched and, yeah, because normally I'm doing this all on my own, so no pressure. Right now I feel a little. I was doing some live drawing at the Hun Expo this last year, and that.
Oh, you did it in person, huh?
That was a big challenge, yeah.
Dang.
Because I had people just the whole time there watching me, looking over my shoulder. Reminded me of grade school.
I feel like we didn't break dirt, but what do you call it when you first hit that first hit, breaking ground?
Yeah, there it is. That's the beginning of it.
Dude, seal it up, send it off, man. It looks great.
I think it's gonna work.
So I'm curious, did any of you guys grow up watching, who's that Utah artist? Ross?
Bob Ross?
Bob Ross. We need to start the Joel Pilcher show. What do you guys think? If Joel started a YouTube channel, would you watch it? Like him doing art? Bob Ross was one of the most famous, at least the most famous artist I knew. He was on TV and he just had a really cool show where he would paint scenery and just, that's a beautiful tree.
Happy little tree.
Happy little tree. Seriously though, if you guys would want to see Joel on YouTube, give this video a thumbs up. So that's just dipping it into the powder that you made on with the sandpaper and all that.
I'm just trying to find the highlights, get the proportions, using my little grid pattern to try to keep everything
pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. Plan today, guys, is to show you the progress we can make in probably what, an hour or so. I don't know, we'll see. This is pretty entertaining. I could probably stay all night, but I'm gonna come back and visit with Joel over the next week, 2 weeks. I don't know. What do you think? Depending on our schedule, right?
Yep, it's up to you. A piece like this, depending on the schedule, how much I can work on it. You know, I can a week and a half, 2 weeks, and I can get the whole thing done. But that's doing, you know, I can easily have 50, 60, 70 hours
in it.
Yeah, it just depends on. This one may not take quite as long. I never know though.
We're down here in Joel's studio, which is the basement of his house, which I think is pretty awesome. He's surrounded by a bunch of his artwork. I went by earlier and filmed some pieces, so I'll overlay that on the video right now so you guys can check those out. Also though, if you guys want to see some of his works and some of his time lapses, like the one he's filming right here, go check him out on Instagram. It is under his name, @JoelPilch. I'll put a link in the description box for you guys, but seriously, after you watch this video, go check out his artwork. This stuff will just blow your mind.
What I strive to achieve with them is I like to have them look realistic from, you know, from a distance. You take a step back and you look at it, it looks nearly photographic. But what I love is when you can get up close and you can see the pencil strokes and you can see the smudges and you can tell that, you know, that's when you realize this is hand drawn. So that's what I love. I love creating that effect, because to me that makes it cool.
Oh, he's getting comments on Instagram. That's cool. How'd you get started with art? When did you realize like your talent for art?
That's what I was saying. Having like at the Hun Expo, having people kind of watch over my shoulder, it reminded me of grade school, because that's what we'd have an art project where I just start drawing, and pretty soon all the kids in the classroom would be standing behind my desk, looking over my shoulder, watching what I'm doing. So it was early on.
You stood out back then too, huh? Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, loved it.
You always enjoyed it, huh?
Yeah, I know when I was first getting into it, I had a really hard time taking what was in my mind and putting it down on paper, you know, like everybody when they draw. But my parents were very supportive. My mom actually went out and bought me a He-Man tracing book.
Yes, He-Man.
so she got me that, and that fixed everything, because now I could draw it just the way I wanted it, which was, you know, to make it accurate. But I think that process helped to train my mind and my hands to be able to, you know, what was in my mind to put that down on paper. It just kind of started training my hand where I could do it better, and then, you know, eventually got to where I was freehanding. And so yeah, but it was early on. Now I'm moving to, this is a blending stick, and so I still using the charcoal. This is where it gets fun. I like this part. It's not a technique that I've always used. It's something I picked up just since I started doing the white charcoal, and it has a really cool effect. It's almost like I'm painting with the blending stick. But this, I just start real loose, and then I just continually tighten up the details until it gets fit.
I pointed this out earlier, but Jason Loftus is the wildlife photographer who took the picture. So thanks, Jason. I've collaborated with Jason on the King's calendar before. The Firebolt picture in the King's calendar was one of his photos. Digging it?
Yeah. It's a little rough. It always is a little rough in the beginning, but I'm getting more and more confident in it. We're gonna make it work.
Yeah, I think it looks so cool. I wish we could see it done right now. You guys at home watching, you got to be patient, just like I am. We will do our best though to document the entire thing, and if there's days where Joel comes down and works on it, maybe he can shoot some video on his phone and share it with me, and then I can upload it and share it with you guys. I think it's cool. This is crazy. Like, I still can't believe how much you can accomplish in this first little while.
It's all a process.
Mm-hmm.
It'll work out in the end.
We're getting a little more detailed here.
Yeah. Usually wait to use this tool. It's a little fine detail eraser. But right now I want to try to get the eye established. The eye is so important in all these wildlife drawings that I do. If I can get the eye right, then everything else seems to just kind of fall in place. Isn't
your best-selling piece a bull elk?
Yeah. It's called Loud and Proud. I've outsold it now, but I sold out of that piece, and now I have a couple different limited edition prints that have sold more. But that one sold the fastest, and I should have done more of them.
I just want everybody to have the opportunity to buy this piece if you want it. So we'll just leave the gates wide open and just let you guys pick one up if you so choose. All right, guys, we're probably an hour deep into this. We're having some really cool conversations about this project, about life, and I've just kind of sat back and enjoyed watching Joel work on the charcoal piece. So let me give you an update, but we're gonna have to call it for the night as he just does some detailing on the face here.
Yeah, just starting to tighten things up just a little more. Starting to take shape. Take life a little bit.
It sure is, man. It looks awesome. I was telling Joel how impressed I am, like, even just to get that far.
No longer just a bunch of smudges. Actually starting to look like something.
It does. It sure does.
Probably work on it again tomorrow, and we'll film some of it and keep going, get even more detail, more and more detail as we go.
Cool. Alright guys, so that's going to be it for this video, but like I said, Joel's going to help me film, and he's going to be able to capture the time lapses and some of the other pieces as he comes down here and works on it on his own time. But we do want to keep you updated on this project and let everybody know and give everybody a chance to not only purchase the piece, but also to get in on the auction if you'd like to. So make sure you're following our Instagram page, Get Hushin, follow Joel at Joel Pilch, and we'll keep you guys posted. But I hope you guys enjoyed that. Leave a comment, let me know what you guys think of the project so far. Again, Joel, thank you so much. This project's going to be super fun.
Thank you.
It's about time we did this, huh?
Yeah, it's about time.